YouTube, 2-for-1 special today. Felt like making a workout video for y'all. Um, Same kind of workout, just pull-ups and push-ups, my everyday routine or system, whatever you want to call it. Excuse the noise, my daughter back there watching TV, but yeah, just a way to stay consistent, way to mix it up. If you seen my previous video, I did nickels and dimes, which is 5 pull-ups and 10 push-ups every minute on a minute. I've been doing that a lot. So today I'm gonna do dimes and quarters, 10, 25, pull-ups, push-ups, wide grip pull-ups. Yeah, we're gonna have a little talk. I'm gonna take a 2-minute rest in between each set. I'm gonna do 5 sets. But yeah, I just want to talk to y'all boys about looking in the mirror. I don't know if you can see, but in the video I got a little mirror right here. That way I can see myself at all times. A constant reminder to look in the mirror. A constant reminder to be brutally honest with yourself. And your body is the scoreboard. We currently on the cut. It's going great. I was about 180 in some of my previous videos, and I've been cutting for about 6 good weeks now, consistently. And I would say I'm about 173. So we starting to get lean. We starting to, see the cuts coming through. Everything going well. We just working out consistently, walking. You know what I mean? Getting our steps in. We're not doing no crazy amounts of cardio, no high intensity stuff. Just, making it do what it do. But if you can do it, follow along with me. Again, we doing dimes and quarters. So let's get started. So we not professional athletes or nothing, so don't be trying to beat me up over my form or nothing like that. I ain't aspiring to get on stage or nothing, but money is money. Good, easy work. We go straight into the push-ups. We use these bars, because my wrist be hurting from doing all the push-ups that I do. 25 of these. 1, 2, stand in the pocket. 6, 14, 15, 16, 28, 19. All right. Immediately after, I got a little timer over here. Set my timer to count down. Yeah, we'll ramble for a little bit with y'all. So as you can see, it's straight to the point. Excuse me, being a little winded. But yeah, we want to be brutally honest. We want to look in the mirror. We want to make sure that we keep ourselves accountable, and we constantly remind ourselves what the goal is. I got a few hanging pictures that I got around here, just telling me, to never give up. Shout out to that special one again, for getting those for me, and constant reminders of, me and me working hard and whatnot. So I jotted down some notes, that way I want to make sure I hit some points on y'all. It's good to have a friend or somebody around that can keep you accountable. But also I will say, if that friend can be already at the goal that you're trying to get to also, it will help you get there. So it's good to have a friend. It's good to have somebody that you give a fuck about what they saying to you, and you trust their word, and it'll go a long way. You know what I mean? I know it's a rough thing for me, but honestly, I'm that person for a lot of people. For whatever reason, people just, you know, and maybe it's because I am a person who has a little more discipline than the average person. I try to be anyway. But yeah, just try to, latch on to somebody for a little while so you can build the habit of looking in that mirror and being in control of what you see and who you see. You know, hear that timer going on. All right, back to our next set. So we got 10 and 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Easy money. 25 push-ups. You just want to keep things simple. 2 movements. See how simple we keep it? Set our timer. Boom. Right back to our ramble. So, but yeah, it's nice to have somebody that you can latch on to, somebody that'll help you. Excuse me. Stay consistent. I've been doing this little sticky note thing here lately. Write these sticky notes. That way, when I get up in the morning, the first things I see are positivity, just me talking to myself, telling myself something positive, telling myself that I can do it. I suffer from a lot of self-doubt growing up. So I try to get those negative thoughts out of my head, guys, because that stuff will cloud your judgment, and it'll manifest other negativity in your life also. So watch how you talk to yourself, because if you tell yourself a lie long enough, you'll start to believe it. It'll start to come true. I hear people say that all the time, like, oh, my dumb ass did this and did that. I'd be like, oh, stop doing that. You're not a dumbass, for one. You're human, and humans make mistakes. And sometimes we make the mistakes over and over again until we bump our head hard enough to really learn from it. That's a real thing. That's what most of our problems are. We make the same mistakes over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing that ain't nobody else done, Moral of the story, be careful how you talk to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and be careful worrying about problems and issues that you don't really have. Like me. Timer going off, but like me, worrying about money issues that I don't even have. You know what I mean? Like, just from previous trauma and bumping my head, and now I don't have those problems, but you still just worry. You still just always constantly thinking about, oh, do I have enough? Knowing damn well I'm blessed. All right, back to our third set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Worrying about things that you're gonna create a problem that ain't even there. Your brain doesn't know the real from the imaginary. But yeah, your brain doesn't know the real from the imaginary. So, set our timer. You're causing trauma. You're putting your mind in a fight or flight position that they don't have to be in, which is bringing more stress to you, which is going to cause you to not be able to focus, which is going to cause your brain to seek comfort. Our brains are designed to keep us safe and to keep us away from trauma. So with that being said, you have to watch how you talk to yourself, because you could be putting your mind in flight or flight all day, every day, without even really realizing it. So it's important to watch how you speak to yourself and watch what you consume, because that'll speak volume to where you put your focus, and what you focus on is directly gonna come into your life. Whether that be negativity, whether that be money, whether that be your wife, your girlfriend, leads into my next thing. What you give, you will receive. I'm giving this hard work, so that I can receive my blessings in abundance, so that my kids can be blessed. Maybe not me. That's cool. I'll do the work. I'll carry the boat so that they can have a comfortable ride up until it's time for them for my son anyway, for him to, carry his boat for his life, us as men, build the streets, build the bridges, all of that good stuff. All of these things I'm teaching him, and, making sure he learns things that maybe you can't go to school and learn, things that only a man can teach you from experience, how hard life can be and will be, like being on time, yeah. Is that number 4? Get this money. 10 and 25. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. You know what I mean? That's why you gotta set yourself apart. Come on. For the hard math, it's 50 pull-ups, right? 125 push-ups. Now, a lot of y'all, that would be a full workout, This is my finisher. I've already done a whole workout for 45 minutes. And I still got to do my daily stuff, which is pull-ups and push-ups every day, no matter what. Pull-ups and push-ups keep me sane, keep me locked in on the target. I love being able to do these pull-ups. I love it. They get me lean, get that V taper, keep that waist nice and, that big back. Anyway, back on topic. What you give, you shall receive. You give good energy, you receive good energy. You give negativity, you receive negativity. It's just that simple. Life is going to give you what you constantly put out. And some of y'all don't understand that. You got to be a positive force in your own life first. You want people to respect you, you got to respect yourself first. Start with you, And enough men not teaching their sons that. And these boys growing up in this soft guy era, I don't know what that's about. Keep that shit over there, and away from mine too, That's leading into my next topic. It will never be perfect. Just do it. As you can see, one arm bigger than the other, one leg longer than the other. It'll never be perfect. Work. Be the best you can be. You know what I'm saying? Hear that timer. Last set though. Let's grind this one out. Let's grind this one out. Hold on, baby. 6, 7, 8, 9. Pause. We're at the end. You know. Pause at the bottom. Pause at the top. Easy. Easy money. Easy. Hold on, baby. I'm almost done. 25. Oh. 8. 25. Easy. Yeah. Back to what I was saying. It'll never be perfect. The time is gonna pass. It'll never be perfect. Do the work while you're here. You only get one chance to do this. Make yourself proud. Remember, all of our lives are like books, and we all got chapters within them.